Thank you so much for clicking on this English lesson about Melania Trump and how her English is just not good. Now, let me explain. If she were to take the IELTS or the TOEFL exam, she probably wouldn't do that well. But to listen to her speak, I think she does a wonderful job. Now, sometimes she makes mistakes, and guess what? I do too, sometimes. But I'm an English teacher. She is a celebrity. She is the first lady. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it's not her job to speak perfect English. And she knows multiple languages. We might say she is a polyglot. She can speak Slovenian, which is her first language, and I think she speaks English very well. She has an accent, yes, but I think it's a kind of a beautiful accent. I love hearing her talk. So maybe she can't pass the IELTS or the TOEFL exam, or maybe she can't do very well on it, but I think she is a great speaker. In this English lesson, we will talk about how she is giving an interview with Fox News because she has a movie coming out. If that sounds good to you, please go ahead. Hit the like button, subscribe if this is your first time here, and I'll see you in just a minute.
First Lady Melania Trump joins us now for an exclusive interview. Good morning to you, Madam First Lady.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm excited about the movie. I hope to go see it this weekend. But first, let's talk about some of the news that's happening around our country. And let's start with what's happening in Minnesota. There are these protests, there are these shootings. The world is divided. There's pressure on both sides. You have talked a lot about coming together and being respectful. And your husband yesterday had a way to maybe bring some calmness to that area, contacting the governor, contacting the mayor, hopefully working together. What is your message for America about unifying both sides?
We need to unify. I'm calling for unity. I know my husband, the president, had a great call yesterday with the governor and the mayor. And they're working together to make it peaceful and without riots.
Okay, let's get right into it. Now, they do not say this in the newscast, but I wanted to teach you this. Plugging. Melania Trump is plugging her new movie. That is why she is on Fox News. So let's make this a little bigger. For each of these terms, just in case this is your first time here, I will have a picture that I hope will help you understand the meaning of the term. I'll have the definition and I will have an example sentence. So to plug or plugging means to talk about a product, book, or movie publicly to encourage people to buy or watch it. So Melania Trump, I'm sure, is making money off of this movie. And if it does well, she will make even more money. So she wants people to go out and see this movie. The actor was on the talk show plugging his new action movie. And you can see there is an actor. He is on the Jimmy Fallon show. That actor's name is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Riots is next. And yes, we have had some riots here in the United States over the past couple months. And riots are a violent situation where a large crowd of people behaves badly in a public place. And the city probably most affected by these riots is the city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Maybe you have heard of it. We've talked quite a bit about that city on this channel. Here is a sentence that uses riots. The police stopped the riots in the city center after the angry protest.
I'm against the violence, so if we protest in peace. And we need to unify in these times.
This past weekend, we saw this monster storm just pummel so many states across our country. 34 people, as of this morning, have died. 500,000 are still without power. 28,000 flights have been canceled. That's the most since COVID. And we watched you when you went to the flood zones in North Carolina, when you visited those precious girls at Camp Mystic down in Texas. You went to the fires, the Palisade fires in California, Las Vegas for the shootings during the first term. I know you went to Puerto Rico during the floods in the first time. So what is your message to Americans who are suffering right now?
I feel deep compassion for the people who are impacted by this storm. I know that federal government is working hard to provide assistance to all who need it.
Next, we have monster. Now, you might have some monsters under your bed when you go to sleep at night, or at least that's what some children think. Maybe you now have outgrown that idea of monsters hiding in your closet. But monster can also mean big. And they talk about a monster storm on the newscast. The definition used as an adjective to describe something that is huge or very successful. Last weekend here in the United States, we had a monster snowstorm, but in the picture, that is more like a hurricane. And that is what the sentence talks about. The hurricane was a monster storm that covered the whole state. Ooh, what if something is precious in English? Precious. That means very valuable, loved, or important. Her grandmother gave her a precious gold ring for her birthday. These next couple are just horrible stories. I have done English lessons on them in the past. I will leave links to those English lessons at the end of this one. But they talked about Camp Mystic. That is a camp for kids to go to in Texas, usually during the summer. And unfortunately, there was a lot of flooding there about a year ago. And unfortunately, many campers, many people who went to that camp were lost in the flood. The specific name of a summer camp, a place children go for activities during summer holiday. Summer holiday sounds very British. We might say summer vacation. You will hear both terms. She spent her summers swimming and hiking at Camp Mystic. Here is the second sad story, the Palisades fire. This happened in California, near Los Angeles. The specific name of a large wildfire, forest fire, that happened in California. The smoke from the Palisades fire could be seen from miles away. I did an English lesson on that. I'll also leave a link at the end. Compassion. Do you have compassion for people who need it? Let's talk about what compassion means. That is a strong feeling of sympathy for people who are suffering and desire to help them. I'm hoping doctors, teachers, police officers have a lot of compassion for other people. Let's take a look at a sentence that uses compassion. The nurse showed great compassion for her sick patients. If you have compassion for somebody, you might also give them assistance, and that is basically help or support. As a teacher, I'd like to think that I give a lot of assistance to my students. Here is a sentence. If you need assistance with your homework, please ask the teacher.
And as Americans, we need to help each other and come together in these difficult times.
You have decided.
Go ahead, sorry. I send them my strength and love and thinking of them. And I know that they will be okay. And here we are, the government is here helping. So I hope the weather will get better soon.
Well, you have decided to pull back the curtain on what's happening in the administration. You take us behind the scenes. You show us so much, apparently, in this new movie that's coming out on Friday. The movie is called A New Film, Melania, and it's in theaters everywhere. We have all seen the trailer. You released that right here on Fox and Friends First recently. What can we expect, and why was this important to you? Because you're a very private person in many aspects.
Next, we have an idiom, pull back the curtain. And Melania Trump, with her new movie, is kind of pulling back the curtain on what our president is like behind the scenes. And this idiom means to reveal the truth or show what happens behind the scenes secretly. This documentary will pull back the curtain on how the government really works. One example of her pulling back the curtain is her talking about that day when the Bidens invited them into the White House because they were going to be the next president and first lady. We'll talk about First Lady in just a minute. A trailer. We have a couple ways we use trailer in English, but in the newscast, it was used like this: a short video advertisement for a new film. The trailer was so exciting that I want to see the movie immediately, like right now. In the United States, if you go to a movie in the theater, the first part of the movie will be them showing you trailers for upcoming movies. So maybe you will want to go see them. Melania Trump says she is a private person. She does have a son. His name is Barron, but we rarely see him. She tries to keep him out of the public eye, or at least when he was younger, she did that. And now that he is an adult, I think he chooses to be a private person also. Let's talk about what a private person is. That is someone who likes to keep their personal life secret and does not talk much about their feelings. So if a celebrity is a private person, they probably won't talk about their family, definitely won't talk about their children all that much to reporters. Even though she is famous, she is a very private person and stays home often. I talked about the First Lady before. That is basically what we call the wife of a US president. Melania Trump is the First Lady of the United States right now. Here is a sentence. The First Lady gave a speech about education at the school. The East Wing. Do you know where the East Wing is in the White House? The White House is the place where the president lives, and the East Wing is part of the White House. Let's get the official definition. The part of the White House where the First Lady has her offices and staff. The First Lady held a meeting with her team in the East Wing. The West Wing is where the president does all of his business, and it's a little more famous than the East Wing. In fact, there was a television show here in the United States called The West Wing, and that was about the president and what he does on a daily basis.
So the audience will see me, how I manage my business, my philanthropy, family, preparation for the inauguration, and also establishing the East Wing for the White House. How I manage all of that in 20 days prior to the inauguration. Transition from private citizen to being a First Lady again.
What was it like? Because you had these cameras following you all around every day from the beginning of January all the way through the inauguration.
It was intense schedule, but that is my life. And they were following me. And as you know, in these situations, you could only have a one take. Mm-hmm. So whatever we got it. And I had a great team around me and very talented director that he put together the team, the award-winning team. So that was a plus.
There's the famous hat that you wore Inauguration Day, the second term. We see some scenes of you designing your inauguration dress. We see the hat. And then we also see moments, apparently, of when you talk to the Bidens. You have tea together. You drive to the Rotunda. You're on Air Force One. The Bidens send-off. So how were the Bidens to the Trumps on that day?
They were very nice and very beautiful relationship that day. So it was a very special day that we spent it together driving to the Capitol, and it was very cordial relationship.
Inauguration. Is that hard to say? Inauguration. That is the special ceremony to officially mark the beginning of a new leader's term in office. And in the United States, this happens every 4 years. Millions of people watched the president's inauguration on television in January in one take. I would love to film these English lessons in one take, but I often mess up, so I have to redo it. Let's get the official definition of what in one take means. Filming a scene for a movie or video perfectly the first time without stopping or repeating it. So since they were following the First Lady around all day, everything had to be done in one take. They couldn't say, oh, wait, come back. We have to do it again. It was basically done in real time. Let's get a sentence that uses in one take. The actor was so prepared that he filmed the difficult scene in one take. Here's a good term to know in English. That was a plus. It means that was an advantage or a good thing. The hotel was cheap and it was near the beach. So that was a plus. The price was good, but it was even better because it was right next to the beach. How about this? I am taking an English class and it is right in my neighborhood. So you wanted to take the class, but it was a plus that it was really close by. The rotunda. The rotunda. Let's take a look at this. That is a round building or room, often with a dome. That's a rounded roof, usually found in government buildings like the US Capitol. Yeah, in the picture, we call that the Capitol building. That is where a lot of government takes place. Congress is in the Capitol building. The statue was placed in the center of the rotunda for everyone to see. Air Force One. What is that? Take a look. It is the official airplane used by the President of the United States. The president waved to the crowd before getting on Air Force One. And I think the United States is getting a new plane to become Air Force One. And I think it was a gift from where? Saudi Arabia, maybe? Cordial is next. What does it mean if someone is cordial? It means they are friendly, but polite and formal, not overly close. The two leaders had a cordial meeting, even though they disagree on politics. President Trump and President Biden do not get along, but behind the scenes, it was a very cordial meeting they had that day. Congratulations, you made it to the end of another very difficult lesson. Right down there, right up there. Those are two English lessons we talked about earlier. One about the Palisades fire and one about that horrible flooding in Texas. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.